Welcome back. So it's all about G&J Technical Services, a Ghanaian energy company with world-class generators. How can you benefit from their services? Well, we'll be telling you a lot more about them. We're hosting Godfrey Asiedu, Managing Director, G&J Technical Services Limited. We also have Matthew Asiedu, Deputy Managing Director, G&J Technical Services Limited. Godfrey, Matthew, thank you so much for joining the conversation.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
I am particularly excited because you have stood the test of time. Only yesterday I was reading about another company that has been in here, family company. And here we are with you, G&J Services Limited, Technical Services Limited. 28 years ago you started this. What was it like? I mean, how did this even start?
Good question, and thank you very much for having us. 28 years ago, I remember very well, it started in February of that year. A friend of mine from the UK, who used to come here to sell Dale generators, got to know him and said, Godfrey, I think you could do something with this Dale franchise because for 2 years we don't have a representation in this country. At times it's amazing, people get to know you better than you know yourself. So I said, no, I'm gainfully employed. I've worked my way through this company for all these years. Just leaving everything and then starting a new company, I think that's a tough one to ask for. He said, Godfrey, think about it. So myself and my dear wife went to the UK. He took us to see the managing director.
Right.
That was in March of that same year, 1994. And then the name of the gentleman is Ian Dale. His father had started Dale Power Solutions in 1935. The father had died. He was managing it. And he told me, Godfrey, you can do something with this business in Ghana because I know Ghana has been a good market for us. I said, okay. I would like to have a go at it, but then how
do you go about it?
How do I go about it? He said, what would you need? So I scribbled some few points down. I said, I will need so much. I said, Godfrey, you don't need 30,000 pounds to start a new business. Here is a check for 20,000 pounds. Take it, pay me back in 3 years. Go and then get to work.
Wow.
So I had to then convince my dear wife that this is the way, let us go. And said, okay, let's get on with it. So we came back here with 20,000 pounds check in our hands, paid it into our account at Barclays, and like they say, the rest is history.
The rest is history. Yeah. But it took that initial decision to actually go ahead.
Exactly, yes. Exactly.
Matthew, I mean, you have been born into this.
Yes.
What has it been like? I mean, as far as the journey is concerned, you're being in the business, G&J, and providing energy solutions, basically.
So I joined the business in 2019 after uni, but all my life I've known about the business.
Of course.
It's never been kept separate from us. But it's now you're in a position where you have to carry the legacy on, make a difference, grow the business, and keep it going. So it's been enjoyable. Every day you learn. And he's very, very supportive because it's his legacy. He wants to keep it going. So when it comes to the training, the supports, trying to help you meet the network, it's all there. And I just have to put in the work to make sure I can carry it on and keep it going. So it's been a good journey.
And that's quite a challenge, isn't it? Should I say challenge accepted?
I don't look at it as a challenge. I just try and look at it on the positive side and just try and keep going with it. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a bit more about what services, core services you offer at G&J.
Okay, so the main part of the business is sales of diesel generating sets. But MD has always said it's not just about selling a set, it's about maintaining and sustaining a relationship. And that's where the 24/7 after sales service comes into play because we believe in being there for your clients. It's a machine, it can break down. So you always need to be available. You need to have a team that is responsive so that whenever you do call them, they're there with the right tools, with the right parts, just to provide a solution. So after sales and sales, that's the core of the business.
And that's crucial, isn't it? Because you can get a machine that is brand new today.
Yes.
And it could break down today.
Yes.
It's possible.
It's very
it doesn't usually happen, but it's possible. So that is why you would need a G&J where you have this 24-hour round-the-clock service too. I see you want to chip in something.
No, I think that's the very day we started this business, I told myself and the team I started with that We might not be able to sell a brand new generator every day. That is impossible.
Right.
But if we look around and we look very well, we should be able to find someone's genset somewhere and then support it. As a result of that, the first name again, please.
Benjamin.
Yeah, Ben. As a result of that, on the high street, we started from Barclays Bank, Stanchart, Ghana Commercial Bank, Ghana Commercial Bank, not Ghana Commercial, GNTC, used to be just behind.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So Barclays, GNTC, Cadbury opposite Barclays, Stanchart, those days, Ghana Commercial Bank, the Supreme Court.
So it was like a string. You were just going on
We
the whole...
managed to supply generators to all these people just because we took care of their old gensets and then maintained them. And when the time came for them to renew them, they didn't move away from us. They gave us the opportunity to supply new gensets. And we continue to maintain most of them up to today.
Smart move. You got one foot in, and of course you introduced your own products in there.
And the important thing is the relationship building that comes with it. I remember when Mr. Sitrim started here, we came here one night, we were moving from Ajankote to here.
Right.
We had to bring in a generator and then fix it that night. And ever since then, Kwesi has become a friend. We've remained friends since then. That's why we chose Joy FM.
And we're glad you've chosen us. Let's talk about, and I'll split this question among the two of you. Let's talk about what you've contributed to the power sector and our economy over these 28 years. I'll come to you first. Junior will continue from where you start off.
No, I think, again, that is where you derive the satisfaction from. The first power crisis we met as a company was in 1998. And those who remember, it was really, really tough. Akosombo went just down. Power was rationed 36 hours, 12 hours. It was quite serious. Yeah. And we couldn't have enough gensets to ship from the UK to sell because these things are not just, they don't sit on the shelves. There you go and pick them. You have to put them together, build them. And what we did was that getting the opportunity to support businesses and then factories, manufacturing plants to keep them going. Irani Brothers, Intema, Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, to the extent that even those days the castle had to get a genset and were able to provide it as well within that short space of time. So when you look back and you look at what you've put into industry to keep them going, to help them sustain themselves, employ people and then continue to pay them, I think when you sit back, you tell yourself at least it's a day well spent.
Wayebi.
Exactly.
Wayebi. I'll have you come in, but before that, just because you mentioned in 1998 and the crisis and how it was difficult, to get so many in the system, has that changed the turnover time? How quickly now can you get a genset into the country?
Okay. Since 1998, what we've done is that we've kept a very good stock of genset at any point in time.
Right.
We have to be careful that we don't overstock, but that's again the beauty of understanding the market. We always have a genset there that if you were to walk in today and we need 1,000 kVA generator, I should be able to mobilize a crane and a truck to deliver it to your door within 6 to 10 hours because we have it in stock.
So same day?
Same day.
I can walk in today,
Same
look,
day.
I want 1,000 kV, and by close of day, I would have my 1,000
We'll deliver it. We have a good warehousing system in Hacho. So what we do is that some are in bond, but at any point in time, we have those we have cleared out of bond to be able to fulfill the market. So when it gets to supplying, just like that, we'll be able to support you.
Interesting. Let me come to you, Matthew. So on the same point about what your contribution has been to the economy of Ghana, especially in the energy sector, what would you say from your point of view?
So I'll take it from a different angle, not from the supply side, but from the after-sales side, because like we said earlier, you can sell a genset, but if the support is not there, the facility you've supplied that genset to might not be able to function. So having the end user believe and have that assurance and trust that I have a genset from G&J, but more so I have the team on call, that whenever there's a downtime, they're going to be here. And we give ourselves KPIs and timelines that if you're in the Accra enclave and you are to call me, I should be here in less than 30 minutes because it's that important to you, which makes it important to me. So in terms of...
Do you stick to that?
We stick to that. We imbibe that
30 minutes.
In Accra.
What helped us do that is that we had to invest in motorcycles some point for our technicians. 'Cause we know what the traffic is like, and getting a technician on a four-wheeled vehicle.
Right. You will not get there.
No, you won't get there. So what we did was we invested in motorcycles. At least, if the technician is not even equipped enough, he will be able to do the basic things.
Right.
And then whilst we bring in additional support. And that is what we do, to be able to support our customer, to be there for them, because we need them.
Right. You were still on that point.
No, so yeah.
So basically, that is it.
The after sales.
But what would you say, Godfrey, are the core strengths? I mean, someone may say, well, there are other entities that do what you do.
Yeah.
What sets G&J apart? What sets you apart?
I think it's our values. We cherish sincerity, honesty, integrity. To me, when it comes to I don't delineate business from what my core values are. There are certain monies I wouldn't go for, no matter what, because I want to keep a certain name. And I'm glad we've been able to keep, and that's what I've been instilling in this young man, that yes, we want money to live, but at the end of the day, look at the name you're going to leave behind. Right. So that is critical to me, and it's critical to the business. So our core values is, if Ben comes to me to buy a generator, and the good thing is that for the period we've been in business, we've supplied over 3,000 generators out there. We don't have a single white elephant sitting out there. Anybody we have sold the generator to, I could walk to that person today and then shake his hands, knowing very well that I gave him the best and he got what he wanted as well. A typical example, there's a gentleman at the airport residential area. We sold a 40 kVA to one of the first gensets we supplied in 1994. It's still running.
1994?
1994 is still running, Mr. Ishmael Akwelache. He's in the airport residential.
That's about what?
Oh, 28 years, yes, exactly. And when we hit 25 years, I wanted to buy that generator so that we can put it in our showroom and then give him a brand new one. He said, Mr. Sido, I'm sorry. I like my old genset because it has been good to him and he's looked after that genset. It's always a joy walking into his house, and then my daughter, who is 31 now, so the genset 28 and 31 has become a very good friend of Mr. Akolache.
3-year-old now.
Exactly, as a result of that. Yeah.
I'm coming to you specifically with this question because, I mean, we're having a discussion even before we got on air about such entities and keeping them alive, generation after generation. What is the future of G&J Services? And I'm sure you've cogitated, you've thought about it. What is the future going to be when Daddy decides to hang his boots?
Okay, so I'm going to look at it from two parts. What's happening now? The growth of any business is usually measured by revenue, product diversification, product extension of product line. So what we decided to do is we wanted to do some research to find out, like MD said, you can't sell a genset every day. It's a capital equipment. So we did some research to see in the industry we are in, which is power, what product can we sell that's considered a fast-moving good, but is also in the business of power. So we did a research and we decided to go into maintenance-free batteries. You know, maintenance for cars, trucks, equipment. So we set up a business called Guardian Power Solutions, GPS, which is a sister company to G&J, where it's solely focused on selling batteries to the Ghanaian market. We have 3 main brands, Energizer, Guardian, and Optima. So that's what we're doing now. But for the future, the hallmark of any successful business is adaptability. And right now there's a shift into trends of sustainable, renewable power. So with our research and development team, we are really looking at how we can tap into this in the medium to long term. So it's an active thing going on. It's continuous. Yeah.
What is the one thing, Godfrey, that you would like those watching us to take away? Just one thing, because we're very pressed for time.
Our reliability.
Okay.
We're reliable. We sell quality gensets. Full stop.
Thank you so much. Godfrey Asiedu is Managing Director, G&J Technical Services. We also have Matthew Asiedu, Deputy Managing Director, G&J Technical Services. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining the conversation and wish you the very best. That's how we knock it off this morning on the AM show. My name is Benjamin Akakpo. Do stay for the rest of our programming.